Hi everybody, this is a gentle floor-based practice. Now for this you'll need a yoga mat and a bolster. If you don't have a bolster at home, you can grab a couple of big pillows from your bed, or you can also grab some blankets, roll them up into a roll about this size, and that will be suitable as well. So if you need to pause the video, do so, go grab that stuff, and we'll get going when you get back. For now though, we'll start with breathing practices. So if you will, just sit up really, really tall. For the next few moments, close your eyes and redirect all of your focus to your inhale and your exhale. And just pay close attention to your breath for now. And today we're going to slow down our exhales by creating the sound C through the teeth. Now, we'll start this out together. Since we all have different breath capacity, and as soon as you end one round, begin another one right away. Continue that over and over again, and I'll let you know when to stop. So big breath in through your nostrils. And for the next few moments, return to normal breathing. Join your hands together in a prayer at your chest. Bring to mind someone you'd like to dedicate today's practice to. And send that person some good energy mentally. When you're ready, then open your eyes. So today we're going to start out with a reclining twist. So grab your bolster and put it near the left-hand side of your mat. And then roll all the way down to lay down on your back. Now you've got a couple of options for the bolster today. So slide the bolster itself down until it's about even with your hip. And reach both arms all the way out to your sides in a T-like shape with your palms facing up. Now initially, lift your feet off the floor and with your legs bent, drag your knees towards your chest and drop them over toward the bolster itself. Once they touch, you can take your feet back down to the ground. Now if that feels great, you can simply hold there. If one knee is sort of flying up away from the other knee, you might try to put the bolster between your knees instead. Sometimes that's a little bit more supportive. Now, each of these feels just a slight bit different from a subjective perspective, so feel free to try both until you find the one that's going to work the best for you. And once you've settled in, make sure your arms are still extended long out near your sides with palms facing up. If you need to make any fine micro adjustments with your body, shift around a little bit until your body feels relatively comfortable. Once you've settled into the twists, just let your eyes drift closed. And these passive practices are a little different than an active vinyasa practice, in that gravity does most of the work. Now, in these particular postures, rather than moving through maybe 20, 25 postures over the course of the class, we do fewer, oftentimes only 3 or 4. Now, by taking a fewer number of poses, we're able to hold and extend out the duration of the postural holds themselves. As a consequence of that, you become more flexible. Now, in each and every one of these postures, you want to strain as little as possible. So just try to get really, really, really heavy in your bones. Feel gravity pull your body weight into the floor. So long as your arms are extended out to the sides, your legs are rotated over, you get a really great opening in your chest. Some mobility in your hips and your lower back as well. Now, as you continue to hold the twist that you're in, pay close attention to that pause at the end of your exhales. Kind of a magic space that. Pause at the end of your exhales. Let your body get heavy, heavy, heavy. And every time you pause at the end of your breath, let your mind settle as well. It's like fall leaves falling to the ground. Let your thoughts settle. If at some point you're not getting enough stretch and you wish to remove the bolster entirely, feel free. But even when you're really flexible, sometimes it feels great to stretch with the pillow instead. Try to soften all the face muscles throughout. So relax your jaw, let your lips ever so slightly apart. Feel all the worry lines, the creases in your forehead, softening as well. Now that you've had some time in the posture, start breathing deeper. Really slow, expansive inhales. And really slow, expansive exhales. Hold the rest of your body really still so you can feel the movements of your breath created throughout. And as you breathe all the way in, feel your breath penetrating your ribs, moving outwards to the sides. And as you breathe out, feel your rib cage squeezing in toward your center line. A few more rounds of those. Turn to normal breathing. Sweep the bolster all the way up through center. Your hands rest on your belly or maybe your chest or flat down on the floor if that's your preference. Take the next few moments for your chest muscles to relax. And then grab that bolster and take the same variation you just did on the other side. Let your hips a bit left to start. Drop your knees over to the right. Once you've settled your feet into your position, the same one you did previously, let's go ahead and reach both arms all the way out to your sides, palms facing up. Let your eyes drift closed again, and then just focus all of your awareness on your normal inhale and your normal exhale. And pause for a little bit at the end of your breath. Continue on to this practice. It's normal to feel the urge to want to push your body deeper. I was very curious if you do that. Oftentimes it causes muscular tension because the body feels threatened by the stretch. Now, it takes a bit longer to get to the same place, but if you just get really soft, you get heavy and relaxed, then breath by breath, you drop just a slight bit deeper into the pose. Very incremental. But given enough time, you'll get to the same place with less effort. So just do your best to make this practice as effortless as possible. Get heavy everywhere. If you find an area gripping or getting tense, just try to relax that mentally until you feel a sensation of greater softness there. Now begin deepening your breath again. Your breath is an amazing support. Breathe out every drop of air through your nose. As you breathe in, feel your breath moving out into your side ribs. As you breathe out, press your breath out of the body with your rib cage. Squeeze down through your belly. And continue. Deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Sometimes if you pay close attention, you can feel your arm bones very subtly rolling outwards in the direction of your thumbs with your inhales. And as you exhale, you can feel your arms rolling in toward your center line again. Very subtle motions. Huge inhales and huge exhales. And just pay attention to the motions that your breathing creates. And return to normal breathing patterns. And sweep your knees up. Center your hips with the midline of your mat. And remove the bolster. Let it rest near one side of your mat or the other. Take the next few moments to close your eyes and just sense how your body feels after that. Roll over to one side and press all the way up to a seated position. Now this time around, grab your bolster and put it up near-ish the front of your mat. We're going to do a side bend from here. Roll over onto your right-hand side. Slide the bolster back a little bit so it rests right under your rib cage on the right side. And then take your elbow all the way down to the floor. Now on this one, you want your legs to be relatively straight, so try to elongate them by pressing through your heels and align your ankle with your hip and your shoulder. In this particular posture, you want to really press your elbow down into the ground. In that respect, it's a little bit more active than when you just did. Once you find the side bend occurring in the edge of your spine, just close your eyes again. and focus on maintaining your position. Breathe out all of your air through your nostrils. When you breathe in, feel your breath moving horizontally out into the sides of your ribs. And then exhale to release all of your air again. For the next few moments of this pose, just stretch with your breath. Maintain your overall position and let your breathing do all the work for you. This one's a little more active and the arm can get tired, so we won't hold nearly so long, but keep breathing for just a bit longer in this one. All right, then next, press all the way up. If you'd like, you can just flip over to the other side. I'm going to move my bolster over so I can remain facing the camera. But it's the same position, different side. So once it's placed under your left-hand side, take your elbow all the way down to the ground. Make sure that you really got a good support under your rib cage with the pillow or your blanket roll or the bolster. With both legs very straight again. Just press down through your elbow to draw your shoulder away from your ear, and that's important because that'll help you reduce neck tension. And close your eyes and breathe deeply again. The deepest inhales and exhales you can draw. Try to soften your face and your jaw as you continue breathing. If possible, keep your breath flowing through your nose. Keep pressing your elbow into the earth beneath you to keep your shoulders sliding down. And if your breath starts to drop a bit, see if you can bring the depth back. And breathe outward into your ribs. Squeeze down with your belly. Every time you exhale, and just continue that process. Breathe out into your ribs with your inhales. And squeeze down with your belly with your exhales. All right, then return to normal breaths. Press yourself all the way upward and out. This next posture will be done from your stomach. So place the bolster near the front of your mat, but leave just a little bit of space up there so you can place your elbows and your forearms on the mat itself. This time, you're just going to lay stomach down on the bolster. So make sure you find a position where your ribs are supported. Ideally, you want to be able to wrap your arms over so you can put your elbows down on the mat. Today, take your hands together in a prayer position. Internally rotate your thighs a little bit. Front of your pelvis rest on the floor. And then pull your elbows backward just a little bit and press them down into the earth and lift upwards to the walls of your chest. In this one, you have to do a little work to stay upright with your arms, but really the bolster should be supporting a lot of your weight. So if you're not getting support there, just slide the bolster back a little bit toward your belly. You want it more under your ribs though, as opposed to just under your stomach, otherwise your belly will feel like it's getting compressed. Now let your eyes close for a bit. And take attention to your collarbones, those flat bony plates at the top portion of your chest. You feel your collarbones lifting a little higher with your next inhale. And then just maintain that as you continue to exhale. Lift the hot air balloons with your inhales. And maintain your position with your exhales. Slow breaths in and slow breaths out. Soften all the muscles in your face and your jaw. And just maintain throughout. Exert as little energy as possible to maintaining upright. Just let gravity and your breath help you stretch. A few more rounds of breath. And then lower your chest down. Press all the way up off the bolster. And come to a seated cross-legged posture of some type. And close your eyes so you can shift focus inside. And just feel how light and vibrant your spinal column feels after being bent in all 6 ranges of motion. For the moment, join your hands together in a prayer at your chest. Remember the person you dedicated your practice to. Either pray for or wish for their happiness and their health. And take a moment to be grateful for the gift of another day. And if you wish, repeat after me. May all sentient beings everywhere experience peace.